Welcome back to the California Golden Bears 2006 football preview. The Pac-10 Roundup segment is presented by Dr. Pepper. Here's your host, Lindsay Soto.
For all of Cal's success in the Jeff Tedford era, the Bears have yet to accomplish one major goal. They have not won a conference crown, and they can thank USC for that. Because of the Trojans' emergence as a national title winner/contender, the Bears have had to take a back seat in the Pac-10. But they are determined to slip into the driver's seat this season. To do that, though, they're going to have to beat the Beast on the road. USC enters 2006 riddled with questions. Can the Trojans put the tumultuous offseason behind them? How much will they miss Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart? Will John David Booty's back hold up? SC's the preseason favorite to win the Pac. Whether or not they actually do depends on the answer to those questions. Oregon went 10-2 last year and could make noise again in the Pac-10. The offensive line is strong, and Jonathan Stewart is a star in the making at running back. The big question going into the season, who will step up at quarterback? Dennis Dixon or Brady Lee? The Ducks will miss Haloti Ngata on defense. UCLA's year could hinge on the ability of Ben Olsen to acclimate to college ball. After a Mormon mission and a season on the bench, the BYU transfer will finally get a chance to show his stuff. He won't be the only new face in Westwood. Karl Dorrell hired 6 new coaches. Arizona State has an enviable problem at quarterback. 2 elite signal callers. Dirk Cutter will have to choose between senior Sam Keller and sophomore Rudy Carpenter, both of which can put up points. The offense here shouldn't be an issue. The defense is another story. Stanford was surprisingly competitive a year ago, and Walt Harris has reason to be encouraged this year. Senior quarterback Trent Edwards leads an offensive unit that returns 10 starters, including Evan Moore and Mark Bradford. The defense has talent, but lacks experience. Oregon State has a senior quarterback, a productive running back, and one of the best kickers in the country. They also have a tendency to shoot themselves in the foot. Turnovers and penalties hurt them last year. If they can clean up the mistakes this season, the Beavers could surprise people. A home-friendly conference schedule should help. Arizona has won 6 games in the last 2 years, and yet expectations are high for a turnaround in Tucson this season. Mike Stoops has recruited 3 straight quality classes, and that talent is starting to spill over onto the field. Quarterback Willie Tuitama won 2 of 4 starts last year, and Antoine Payson might be the best cornerback in the conference. Washington State no longer has Jerome Harrison, but at least they have Jason Hill. The standout wide receiver turned down the NFL to return for his senior season. Cougar fans are happy he did. Washington State will need to put up big points this year as the defense is expected to give up a few. It's year 2 of the Tyrone Willingham rebuilding project at Washington, and the Huskies insist they're on the right track. They cut turnovers in half last season and made strides at the quarterback position with Isaiah Stanback. He, by the way, has been studying Vince Young's Rose Bowl performance in the offseason. Last year, Cal lost to 4 of those teams, USC, UCLA, and the Oregons. This season, they will be looking to get through the conference unscathed, and there are plenty of reasons to be optimistic that they will be able to do so. Among them, the fact that they return the people responsible for 98% of their rushing attack, 99% of their passing yards, and 92% of their receiving yards. And that's just the offense. The thing people are really excited about here is the defense. Brandon Mebane is back, as is Damian Hughes, one half of the best corner combo in the conference. Here's Christine Nubla with the secondary star.
Damian, you've been getting a lot of props lately, named to 6 preseason All-American teams. Some are considering you, the top cornerback in the Pac-10 and in the country. What's it like getting recognized so early?
It's real, it's real hard because you really haven't played any games, and, you feel like you still have a lot to prove, but, it's always hard trying to, cope with that and then still try to focus on the season, because every time you look up, people want to do interviews or, it's whatever, but it's really hard to get recognition on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, it's nice. We got a couple of studs on defense, so, everybody's kind of like pushing the defense bandwagon now.
And it's picked off again. Another Cal interception. Bringing it back is Hughes.
Let's talk about those guys, because you have lost actually 2 starters and defensive backs, and you're pretty much carrying the weight in that area. Talk about that.
It's going to be really hard trying to replace the 2 that we lost, because like Donnie McCleskey, he's probably the coach on defense last year. Well, the past couple of years I've been there, he's always been like a mentor for me. So it's going to be real hard trying to step into that leadership role and really like coach the younger guys who really haven't got an opportunity to play. But I mean, it's going to be a task, but I plan on, mastering that. So.
Looking to throw, runs to his right, has an open man, picked! Rubbing right in front of it, the Bears will bring it back. Wow.
Every week you are challenged in the Pac-10. You face some great wide receivers. How important is it for you to have a short-term memory?
It's real important because, a lot of the teams, they like to throw deep a lot. They like to score touchdowns. And, you come up to some of the teams who, score 40 points a game. And it's like, you just have to let that one go and try to move on to the next play because they'll come right back at you. So
when you look at the wide receivers in the Pac-10, who do you look forward to facing? Is it Jarrett or Jason Hill?
I look forward to playing against everybody, but I mean, Dwayne Jarrett, obviously, because, there's going to be a lot of hype on that game. And I think I owe Jason Hill something from last year, so I really got something for him. Everybody else is, considerably good, too, like Cedric Steptoe from Arizona. And, there's other good wide receivers, though.
You're in your senior year. What's it been like to play at Cal?
It's been great, man, especially you always see some guys leaving and a lot of people get hurt, and I mean, fortunately I haven't had to deal with any major injuries or anything like that. I'm gonna get my degree in the spring, and it's been real cool playing. I like the Bay Area a lot, so it's been fun.
Hi, I'm Petros Papadakis. Could this be the year the Golden Bears have a BCS breakthrough? I'll tell you what I think coming up next.